finishing up with our diet break to get back into a rhythm. And with this rhythm, to know which way we want to do with our season for this year, I want to take.
What is up from, I think I'm in Schulenburg, Texas, pretty much the halfway point from San Antonio to Houston. I had to stop to 1, pee, and 2, warm up my food. So I'm about to sit here and eat my next meal. But you're probably wondering, like, why am I going to Houston? I don't know if I said it on my previous vlog or not, but I am actually headed to Houston for an in-person check-in with my coach. We're gonna talk about the way forward with this competing thing, with prep, and yeah, so that's what we're doing. But that's tomorrow morning. We have a meeting at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and he wants to do a training session as well. So yeah, okay. Mentally trying to prepare for that because I already know he's gonna want to do like legs or glutes or something. So oh, before I forget, so I did send my check-ins today. Since today is Friday, I did send my check-ins today, and my coach re-emphasized that my diet break is over. But I actually started to clean up my diet back on Tuesday when I sent midweek check-in. So I hadn't stepped on the scale during my diet break, and then Tuesday I got on the scale and took some pictures because I was like, I need to know where I'm at. And seeing it and stepping on the scale was definitely a reality check for me, and I was like, I need to scale this back, reel this back in, because I was going way off the deep end and pretty much up in weight as far as like pre-competition prep weight. So I was like, no, that's not good. And so today's weight has gone back down. I am about, I think it was like 9 pounds up since the beginning of the diet break. My body fat percentage is up 3% as well. So we'll see what's gonna happen. The good thing about it though, I maintained my workouts while I was on my diet break. My muscle mass went up too. So I put those extra carbs and that extra food to get used. So that is awesome. You know, a little slight building phase, unintentional building phase. But anyways, I'm gonna eat so that I can get back on this road so that I don't get to Houston too late. It's gonna be traffic. Girl, y'all, let me tell you what I did. I left my house today at 1 o'clock, right? I was about 20-30 minutes into my drive, and I realized, oh snap, I forgot my posing heels and my posing suit. So I had to turn around and go back home, which added an extra hour to my adventure because I had to go back 20-30 minutes and then go back. Yeah, so I was supposed to be there before traffic started to build up, but I will definitely be there now in the midst of traffic. Yay. Anyways, I'm gonna eat now, so peace out. All right, y'all, good morning. So now it is Saturday the 24th, and I'm about to meet up with my trainer. Actually, I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited, but a little nervous. Your coach is also setting up for YouTube.
Because this year we've been here, we've been there, now we're dialing in on what we're gonna do. So we're gonna dive in. So we had our approach that we were doing, and then 2 weeks ago we revisited, and I was like, let's switch how we approach. Let's go back to the outlaw approach. 1, so we don't be in our head, and 2, we can enjoy what's coming, and we're not having to focus on just a deadline. So we took a diet break, we took a training break to deload, and now we're finishing up with our diet break to get back into a rhythm. And with this rhythm, to know which way we want to do with our season for this year, we need to take the next 4 weeks to adjust our approach, really just focus on what we see today is challenging ourselves, because she's stronger than what she she's stronger than what she knows and capable of. I know I've been in the gym plenty of times where it was like, I'm doing this because I know I can do this. This I ain't never experienced, so I don't know what this gray area is, so I'm gonna stay away from it. But the cool thing about coming in with your coach is being pushed and making sure that they push themselves and they're not injuring themselves. And we got to do that today. We're gonna take that approach and just challenge ourselves a little bit more. And what that's gonna do is help everything else, what we were talking about. We didn't really have to worry about how the diet was. We didn't have to worry about how the cardio was. It's just the intensity level. So the calories that we burned today was way more than what I expected, which would change a lot, which would change your cardio. So like with the girls, because she was asking the difference, like, what's the difference? Well, the girls that do come in, their cardio is maybe a little bit different because the intensity level makes up for it. So then I don't need to overwork them, and now their body is getting to recharge. Especially now that I'm here in Texas, I know how hot it is. We can adjust that cardio and just like, hey, take a walk outside. If you don't got a dog, just act like you got a dog and just take him down and back. If someone looks at you, just wave and say, yeah, I'm practicing. So that is the approach I want to do. And we're going to do this for the next 4 weeks. So we're going to see how the transformation is as of Monday to 4 Mondays from now, which will be the last week of July, first week of August. And then from there, we will map out what we need to do. Here in Texas, there's several shows going on. So as they are trying to get me to be down here full time, I will be slowly making my way here. And I think if I get 2 more clients here, that full time will become a lot faster than what I already projected. So other than that, we already got our game plan. I'm gonna let her recap on her side of the game plan.
I do have one question.
Mm-hmm.
One question. So my biggest concern, we have been dieting since January.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think my body's gonna be able to hold on much longer? Because that's where I'm at right now.
So the
Diet rate was good, yes, but I'm a little nervous. We approaching 7 months,
right.
8 months of dieting.
So you approach 7 months of dieting. So in the beginning, you remember messaging me, and we were saying, "Oh, you sure you want to feed me this much? I ain't never had this." From when we started, 7 months ago, we were getting your metabolism to be where it needed to be. So when we start to cut your calories and your intake, your body would respond to it to where it doesn't have an effect to it. Yeah, me personally, I'm not worried about the 7 month of it, because once you make it into a transition, we don't have to worry about doing like the old school or the bad story of, yeah, my coach had to put me at 500 calories for me to make this show. Now we want to keep our muscle, keep our energy, keep our hormones in line, because at the end of the day, this is supposed to be a fun hobby, not a torturing chore. So once those 4 weeks is up, we'll be able to see how your body is adjusting to your food, how your body responded to the workout, and how you are mentally. Because that was one of the things we took with diet break too, was we wanted to make sure we are mentally all the way locked in. Because honestly, people, prep starts here first before it starts in here or in the kitchen. If your mind ain't clicking to be able to say, all right, I'm going to dedicate this amount of time to myself to do this, to accomplish this goal, everything else is just going to go in a circle. So other than that, does that make you feel a little bit more comfortable?
4 weeks.
So 4 weeks, we're going to see how we got. We're going to look at these pictures and see where we are from today. And then 4 weeks from now, we're going to see then. And we're going to first check in and be like, all right, so how are we mentally? How is this mentally for us? Before I even asked how it was with your food, how it was with your training, how it was with your cardio, how it was with your rest days. We're going to see how that was first, and then from there, everything will trickle out. Other than that, these people keeping me busy, but we're going to make sure we keep working, because I enjoy this project.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Look, she's saying thank you right now. Come Monday when those hands hurt, yeah, she's going to be like, Alright, and we out to people.
Hey y'all, so I'm back in San Antonio. It is now Sunday, June the 25th. I went to Houston this past weekend. I had an in-person check-in with my coach. We sat down and we talked about going forward, what we're gonna do with my prep, and we also had an in-person training session, glutes and hams, and y'all, whew, Okay, so let's dive into it. So I did record our sit-down session, and so you guys saw, I'm gonna press forward with competition prep. We're just gonna take a different approach. So the previous approach was, I showed up and was like, hey, here are these shows that I'm gonna do. This date, this date, this date, this date. And that's not typically the way my coach does things. He lets your body decide, like, yeah, we have a general window of like, okay, 12, 16 weeks, whatever prep window, but as far as like having we must look like this to step on stage at this date deadline, that's not his coaching style. And so I was creating pressure on myself by saying, I'm doing this show, I'm doing that show. And as time was getting closer, I was like, oh my God, I'm not ready, I'm not hitting the mark. And that was messing with me mentally. I started comparing myself to other athletes and was like, oh my God, look at how she looks at 4 weeks out compared to how I look at 4 weeks out. And it's like, that wasn't the best approach. And so we decided that we are going to not do any shows in July. In fact, we don't even have any shows picked out for right now. We are going to make adjustments as necessary and reassess what things are looking like in 4 weeks. One thing that I will say that I appreciate with my coach doing is, first and foremost, making sure like mentally I'm good. Like, are you okay as far as continuing the prep? Like, how are you? Talk to me type of thing. And so I will say that a lot of that was me. I was putting that added pressure on myself. I had that self-doubt. I was the one that was lacking that confidence, and I'm working through that, you know. I mentioned before, and I'm gonna keep mentioning it, you know, prep is not just physical, it is mentally challenging, equally if not more mentally challenging. And I go to my therapist routinely, y'all. So yeah, we being my therapist and I have been talking through it and working through it and whatnot. And so I am at a better place. As far as like social media and stuff, coach was like, you need to stay off social media. My therapist said, I need to stay off social media. For the most part, I'm not really on social media. I did reactivate my Instagram, but that's just because I wanted to see like some of the people that I follow, like on YouTube and stuff, are competing in nationals right now, and I just want to see their progress. Other than that, I'm not looking at anybody that is like doing any potential shows that I was doing, or even like Texas athletes. I'm not even looking at some of the Texas athletes. And so I reactivated my Instagram solely to look at who's getting their pro cards right now, because that's exciting. So it's motivating for me too. Like, I know I'm not competing at nationals this year, so that does not affect me as far as the comparison, because I ain't there yet. And so, yeah, so there's that. How do I feel? I'm feeling a lot better. So again, I feel like therapy, soul searching, all of that, mindfulness, meditation, just kind of thinking about it. You know, since having that visit with my coach on Saturday night, as well as Sunday morning, today's Sunday, this morning, I've been listening to either a podcast or, you know, again, watching my normal YouTube people. And in the last 24 hours, the common thing, regardless of who I'm listening to or what I'm watching, they've all hit on your why. Understanding your why. Focusing on your why. And so I feel like that was a message for me as far as like hopping back into prep, is to look at my why for competing, look at my why for prepping and competing this year, and focus on that and let that be my driving force. And when I'm having those days where I don't feel it or whatever the case is, go back to my why. And so that's something that I'm gonna do today. Oddly enough, Facebook memories, 7 years ago, I had did the NPC Minnesota State. It was my third figure competition, and it was actually like my favorite look to date. Like, I loved everything about how I looked, my physique, my glam, my suit, my everything. So that's one of my favorite things. I'll probably post a picture up somewhere on here. And it's funny how that popped up on my Facebook page, and like it just brought back so many like warm and fuzzies, and I'm like, okay, universe, I got you. Like it's taken me back to again like why I started competing and why I continue to compete. And I'm gonna journal today. I'm gonna journal, and that's gonna be the topic. I'm going to rediscover my why and focus on that. And going forward, like again, that's gonna be my driving force, and having that constant reminder, and then like writing it down on paper, I can refer back to it if I ever need to, and so yeah, so that's it. I'm feeling so much better, y'all. I'm feeling so much better. The added pressure of I have a show coming up, it's not there. I am planning on getting on stage. I don't know when I'm gonna get on stage. It's gonna be whenever my body is ready. The main focus right now is to focus on training, focus on nutrition, and my body will get there. And the thing with Texas, and this is what my coach and I were talking about, the thing with Texas, there are literally NPC shows every weekend. So I don't have to have a target show date, because when my body is ready, when my body gets there, it's gonna be a matter of, okay, hey, 2 weeks, we're gonna do this show type of thing. And so I do have that luxury with the location of where I live to, like I said, every weekend there's a show between Houston, Dallas, Austin. The San Antonio shows, they pick up in September. So I'm gonna be fine, y'all. I'm going to be fine, especially now that I don't have that added pressure anymore. And so, yes, I feel good, y'all. I feel really, really good. And I love the fact that my coach is in Texas, because that's always been a challenge for me, is having like long distance online prep coaches. And so having a coach that's here locally definitely for me plays a difference, like being able to get those training sessions in, making sure that I'm hitting the intensity that I need to. And yes, checking in person versus checking in with pictures and videos, it's different, it's different. So yeah, in 4 weeks, I will be seeing my coach again, and we will just continue to go on with that path. I don't have any like vacations or anything coming up to where I'm just like, again, having those deadlines. And so that was something that was a determining factor as well. There was a lot of things that played into, am I gonna continue prep or not? And that was one of the things. It's like, I know that I wanted to have a hot girl summer, which is why initially I said I wanted to be done by July, but I could still have fun on prep. Majority of my preps have been over the summer, and I have been just fine. Yeah, so there's that. It's not anything that I'm not used to, not anything that I haven't done before. So that was too easy to make that decision. And so if anything, y'all, my summer body is about to be banging. I mean, it's already kind of banging, but it's really gonna be banging. So it works out, right? But other than that, I'm not gonna talk for too much longer. It's almost been 10 minutes now. So thank you guys for the support as always. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you like, you comment, subscribe. Y'all are amazing. I have been getting new subscribers. The trend with subscribers that I have been getting lately, people leaving comments, like it's nice to see someone that looks like me competing, meaning Black women. I'm here for y'all. But you're right, you know, like for those of you who are interested in competing and this is your first time or this is something that you're considering doing, let me know what you want to see and I can make it happen. You know, like if you have questions about certain things with prep, hey, ask the question and I will address it in the video. And so I'm here to provide information. I'm also here to document my own journey. And in case you haven't noticed, I'm going to keep it raw and authentic and transparent. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna give it to y'all straight. And so there are ups and downs with prep. It's physical as well as mental. Make sure you understand your why. Use that as your driving force and as your motivator, and have a good support system, whether it's your coach, whether it's your friends, whether it's whoever. Have a good support system. And remember something that I've been hearing from all the vlogs that I've been watching and whatnot. This is a choice. I chose to do this, and so there we go. I choose to do this. I want to do this, and so I am gonna do it, you know? But that is it, y'all. That is it. I am about to go get my life together in preparation for the week ahead, meal prep, all that, you know, Sunday fun day stuff. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and until the next video,